Hi, my name's Andrea Fisher. Welcome to the Teaching Artist Project Training Program. The Missouri Arts Council asked performers and artists on the touring roster and the Directory of Teaching Artists to provide a study guide or other resource in order for the artist to be listed on the roster or in the directory. Today, I'm going to share a few ideas to help you prepare a study guide or other resource that can be used by teachers in the schools in which you are touring or providing a residency. Teaching artists who are collaborating with teachers may also find this information useful.
There are at least 3 reasons to develop a study guide related to your performance or presentation. An arts-related study guide may do one of the following: introduce or reinforce prior knowledge about the arts discipline, genre, or technique, connect the presentation or performance to non-arts subjects such as language arts and social studies, and to provide enrichment activities.
However, the best study guide will do all 3. Don't worry, it's not a difficult task, and a study guide can be as simple as a few pages or as complex as a series of lessons. Here are a few strategies to introduce or reinforce prior knowledge about the art subject, genre, or technique you are presenting to students.
Know the educational standards you are addressing. Become familiar with the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education Show Me Standards and grade level expectations documents on the DESE website. Teachers refer to the State Department of Education as DESE. Show Me Standards outline in broad terms what students should know and be able to do in communication arts, mathematics, science, social studies, fine arts, and health and physical education. The web address for the Show Me Standards is listed on your screen. Grade level expectations are more specific guidelines that let teachers know what students should know and be able to do in each grade level for subjects found in the Show Me Standards. Grade level expectations are often referred to as GLEs or GLEs. The web address for the grade level expectations is listed on your screen. Design your study guide around a grade span that is your target audience. Generally, the grade spans include kindergarten through 2nd grade, grades 3 through 5, middle school grades 6 through 8, and grades 9 through 12 for high school students. Of course, you may choose to develop a study guide that relates activities appropriate for students in each grade span or one or more grade levels. Create student-friendly pages that give an overview or introduction to your arts discipline, genre, or technique.
Student-friendly refers to pages that are ready for teachers to copy and use in the classroom before or after presentations.
Using clip art or other visual techniques to make pages interesting will promote student engagement. A variety of fonts and font sizes, such as headlines, also keep the pages interesting. Keep the information basic and appropriate to the grade span you've selected. By becoming familiar with the grade level expectations, you can ensure that your study guide is appropriate for your targeted student grade levels. Develop 1 to 4 paragraphs for students to read. By developing sections with each having a few paragraphs, your study guide will mirror the type of instruction teachers need to prepare students for reading comprehension tasks. The number of paragraphs may increase for middle school and high school students. Include 1 or more items, often in the form of questions, which ask students to construct or write a response. The student page must provide the information needed to respond. A constructed response is one that students write. Constructed responses can be in sentence form, or the students may write a letter, compose a newspaper ad, or complete a graphic organizer. Use selected response items sparingly. Selected response items include multiple choice, matching, and true-false questions.
It is important to note that the student page should give all of the information necessary for students to answer the questions. We want students to feel successful when reading the page and answering the questions.
You do not need to include standards or GLE references on student pages. Save those for a section with information for teachers. You may align or make reference to the broad Show Me Standards. However, teachers will find references to the grade level expectations documents more useful. The Missouri Arts Council requirements indicate study guides should align to the Show Me Standards and/or grade level expectations. Here are some study guide strategies to connect the presentation to non-arts subjects.
Use constructed response items on student-friendly pages to connect arts and non-arts content to communication arts, language arts, social studies, science, or mathematics GLEs.
Include some reading comprehension questions. Reading comprehension questions are easy to include, but use restraint. Consider asking students to summarize information or write a letter to a friend about the presentation or another aspect of the arts lesson. These activities require students to use higher-level thinking skills than those used for reading comprehension. Consider using the directions in a multi-step process related to your art in a sequencing activity. You may ask students to put incorrectly numbered steps in order or fill in missing steps, for example. Ask students to compare and contrast several aspects of your presentation topic or information in the study guide. Students are familiar with Venn diagrams. Students jot down similarities between two things in the overlapping circles area. Differences are put in the areas of the circles that do not overlap. There are many kinds of graphic organizers to help students compare and contrast a topic. Search graphic organizers on the internet to get started. Get ideas from the Social Studies Grade Level Expectations document. Social Studies GLEs are easy to include in your study guide by providing information on the student pages that reflect the geographical, cultural, and/or historical content related to the arts discipline, genre, or technique. In fact, it's pretty hard to present social studies topics without including the arts. Connect your music presentation to the country or region of origin of the style or composer. Composer biographies and stories about how compositions were written are appropriate. You can find many resources to help connect music to an era. Relate visual arts to historical and cultural connections to an artist or artistic movement. Studying paintings is another way to show the social life of people from another era. The clothing, props, and items in the background or foreground often give clues to a time period.
You may choose to describe the science behind your presentation or performance. There are many ways science is involved in the arts areas, from the science of sound to the processes artists use in printmaking.
Another tip is to search art integration lessons or fine arts lessons on the internet to see what is available from other sources. Here are some study guide strategies to provide enrichment activities.
Enrichment activities can be used for independent learning, extra credit projects, and parent-child activities. Teachers are always looking for ways to provide enrichment for children who are fast learners. Your study guide might be the thing to do just that.
To promote technology education, find websites applicable to your discipline. If students can do something on the website, even better. For example, a website that allows students to play a kalimba, an African thumb piano, on their computers is a good choice for a student page about African instruments. Include a statement that is important for children to get permission from an adult before using the internet. Most of the study guides that include internet activities include this kind of disclaimer. It is a good idea to put this in your materials you develop that involve surfing the net.
Here's an overview of the information teachers will need in your study guide.
Provide a chart or page that shows the grade level expectations that are applicable to the items you included in your student-friendly pages. In the example, national standards, state standards, and a description of the activity or assessment are listed. Let the teachers know if some of the lessons are intended to be used before or after the presentation. The most useful study guides include activities to prepare students for the presentation or performance and activities for follow-up activities. Encourage teachers to revise the lessons and share with you their suggestions to make your study guide even more teacher-friendly. The Missouri Arts Council Arts Education Review Panel uses this scoring guide to rate your study guide or resource material.
I hope the information on this DVD will help you develop arts-related study guides that will be beneficial to students and teachers. Thank you for watching. The Teaching Artist Project is presented by the Missouri Alliance for Arts Education through a grant from the Missouri Arts Council. For more information about the Teaching Artist Project, visit the TAP website at tapintothearts.org.